Okay. Good evening to all our viewers out there. Welcome to another episode of SLU Sports Night, brought to you by the company Sports for You, the creators of SLU Sports Online.com. Okay. On this episode, before I begin with you, let me apologize on behalf of my co-host, Diane Francis, who had other matters to attend to, who will not be there with us tonight. However, we do have a very exciting guest who will be interviewing after the news segment, and also we have Hassan, who will be there to discuss sports, local as well as international. Okay, so stay tuned for a very interesting show while we update you on sports, local, regional, as well as international. We want to begin with local sports, and over the weekend we had a very interesting storyline developing with local football. The Black Hat tournament saw an exciting round of action on Saturday, and after the final whistle was blown, we have Babuno and Grizzly head into the finals, while Mabuya and Roseau Valley would be the ones competing for third place and fourth place, respectively. Now this is very interesting because Mabuya were champions some time ago. However, Babuno has not won in this competition as yet. So it will be interesting to see what will happen come September 7th at the Bossejou Cricket Grounds. I know it will be an exciting round of football. So fans of Babuno and Grizzly, come out in your large numbers to support the teams as they bring to you the best of St. Lucian football in the Black Hat tournament. And also Mabuya as well as Roseau Valley will be competing for third and fourth place respectively on that night. Okay. Other local news to report: Digicel are the proud sponsors of the Caribbean Wilson 12 and under table tennis competition. In this regard, they will be sponsoring Team St. Lucia to take part in the competition scheduled to take place in Jamaica over the week. Okay. Representing St. Lucia is Ron Blanchard, the coach and manager of Team St. Lucia, and Megan Williams, Shadell Joseph will be representing St. Lucia for the girls teams, and Adriel Bousquet and Nathan Francis will battle it out in the men's division. Okay, before we go on to international news, let me note that our guest tonight will be our very own local girl, Makeba Alcide. Okay, right now she is in Arkansas, but she has taken her time out to come on our show tonight to discuss with you matters relating to sports. Okay, and moving on to international news, a lot of exciting football taking place over the weekend, with the likes of Giants Manchester United being defeated 1-0 by Liverpool, and I know that the Manchester United fans are disappointed. However, another group of fans, after a very disappointing start to the season, are in a celebratory mood when Arsenal defeated their team 1-0 over the weekend. Okay, so very, very exciting storylines taking place in football, both locally and internationally. The question on everyone's mind locally will be, who will be Black Hat champions 2013, and internationally, will Manchester retain the Premier League title, or with the likes of Arsenal, dethrone them and rise up and claim that Premier League trophy. Okay? Now, we are about to bring on Miss Makeba Alcide, and she will be our guest for tonight's show. A very good evening to you, Makeba.
Good evening.
All right. Say good night to your fans in St. Lucia and around the world. I know you do have a lot of fans.
Good night, everyone. All right.
Okay, Makeba, I've been looking at your accolades and I noticed that you have done a lot, both locally, regionally, and internationally. But before we go into that, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about me. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Castries. I started track when I was 11 years under Twatine, if everybody knows who that is. I went to St. Joseph's Convent, South of Lewis, and now I'm at the University of Arkansas.
Okay, Makeba, you said you started sports at the age of 11.
Yes, sir.
What were your major influences in terms of getting you into practice mode, into taking part in the different sporting activities that you are so good at right now?
When I transferred from the Lacqua Mengo Combined School to Ave Maria and doing physical education, Twatine saw me and he asked me to join his club, which is the Speed Printing Survivors, and then I joined, and after that I just developed as a good athlete.
Okay. Well, we want to give a big shout out to Twatine, who continues to train and develop young St. Lucians around the island. All right. Let me ask you. Right now, you are taking part in what is called a pentathlon. Tell us a little bit more about this sporting event and what it entails.
Okay, it's a little complicated, but I'll try to explain. The pentathlon is a one-day event. You do it over the course of one day. It's 5 events. It's indoor, 60-meter hurdles, the high jump, long jump, shot put, and the 800 meters. It's based on a point system, where that you get points based on your performance. So if you perform, the higher you perform or the higher you jump, the better you perform, the more points you get. And at the end of the 800, they tally out the points, and the person with the most points win. And it's the same thing for outdoor, but it's a heptathlon outdoor. So that's 7 events over the course of 2 days. So on the first day, you have the 100-meter hurdles, the high jump, shot put, and 200 meters. And then on the second day, you have the javelin, long jump, and the 800 meters. And it's the same. It works the same way.
Okay. So, what are your preparations like?
Like every other athlete, I guess, conditioning, which usually starts in September to December, compete indoor and then outdoor. For me, it's a little different. I work out probably 4 hours a day. I have to work on every single event every week. So instead of just being a one event person like a high jumper or 100-meter runner, I have to do a lot of sprinting, jumping, both for high and long, bounding, strength, long workouts, run a couple of miles. So it's different, but it's a lot more interesting because it keeps me, I guess, more into it because it's not boring. I don't get bored of it because it's always something new that I'm learning.
Okay. And how does it feel competing out there in the world, representing your school and country?
I mean, to compete for my country, I've been doing it for a little while now, and it's always a great experience. I love competing. I always learn something new from my competitors. I get my confidence up. I learn new things. I observe them and see if I need to go back and work on some of the things for myself. And it's always just a wonderful experience.
Okay. And what would you say to any young person who's aspiring to become an athlete just like you?
To keep at it, remain disciplined. You never know where you'd end up. Like for me, I didn't expect to get my school paid for, and thus far I have. I'm gonna get my undergraduate and I'll get my bachelor's and my master's degree because of track and field, and it's just one of those things where you just want to go out there, perform your best, and just stay on it.
Okay. Okay. Spoken like a champion.
Not yet.
Okay. So what do champions? What is the diet like for individuals like you who are participating in all of these events?
For me, I have to maintain a certain weight, I should say. So I have to balance that with. I eat a lot of protein, veggies, pretty much. No sodas, no sweets, no cake. A lot of that stuff is cut out, and that just keeps my weight where it needs to be, so I can perform at the highest level. So it does involve a lot of sacrifice, I should say.
Okay, sounds like a secret formula to success, and it's actually working from what I'm seeing.
It is.
Okay, coming from the small island, St. Lucia, and becoming the OECS record holder, I think that is in the 100-meter hurdle. I think that is a very great accomplishment. And not only are you competing out there, but you are taking on the larger countries like Barbados, who are well known for producing sportsmen and women like you. How does it feel taking on the another part, setting records in these events?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of talent in St. Lucia, a lot of talent, and most of the time, I mean, I've grown up competing with really talented individuals, and by the time when they get out of secondary school, it's just no more encouragement from coaches or no incentive to compete anymore, and a lot of them just stop doing it. And I think if the government or if more the private sector takes a better interest in the sport, then we could develop better athletes, faster, stronger athletes, just like any other Caribbean islanders.
Okay. How difficult has it been managing your studies as well as taking part in these personal activities? Because I know that you have spent a lot of time engaging in preparation and training. How difficult was it for you?
It wasn't difficult at all for me because I've done it most of my life, balancing school and track and field. I played netball for a while, so it's just about remaining disciplined and wanting to better myself. And that's what I always want to do all my life, is just better myself, and I learn how to balance it, I guess. Balance my time wiser, better.
Okay. Right now, you are studying at the University of Arkansas. What are your majors?
Right now I'm studying kinesiology, which basically deals with the movement of the body, and I'm going to go into massage therapy.
I beg your pardon, I didn't get the last part.
I'll be going into massage therapy.
Oh, you'll be going into massage therapy. Okay. So these are sporting related majors that you are pursuing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And I know that it's hectic out there for you. Today you might be studying one exam, and tomorrow you may very well be in Russia competing for your school or your country. How does it feel traveling the world?
Excuse me?
How does it feel traveling the world?
When I travel, I usually I compete basically on different levels and I mean, competing here in the United States, all over the country, it has helped me a lot with my confidence, because most of that level, that standard at the NCAA Division One standard is really high, and to be one of the top persons in the nation in America is it has a lot of pressures to it, and to maintain that and then go out there and compete on the world scene is about the same.
Okay. All right. And finally, if you were speaking to a group of young St. Joseph's convent girls, just like yourself, who are trying to aspire to be the next Makeba Alcide or the next Laverne Spencer of Parents Army, because I believe, in my professional opinion, I can rank you along with the greats that St. Lucia has produced over the past years. What would you say as encouragement to the youth out there?
First off, I would tell them not to aspire to be me, but aspire to be better than I am. Use my mistakes and my developments and my struggles along the way to build them and help them do better. And that's about it.
All right. Thank you, Makeba.
You're welcome.
You have been a very interesting guest, and I hope that sometime later on in the future you are invited again onto the show. But before you go,
right, thank you for having me.
Before you go, are there any sporting events that you are preparing for at the moment?
Not this year. My season is currently over after the World Championships. I will not be competing for the rest of the year, but next year will be a great year, and just watch out for me.
Okay, so this year is your break. This year is your break away from all competitive activities. I see. I'm hoping that you take the time out to get involved in other sports. For example, football. I know that there's a certain team in England right now who needs all the support that they can get in their pursuit of a title. And
what team is that?
All I can say is that they're from Manchester United, and it's a good thing that other course is not here tonight, because I personally would feel very sorry for him because of the discussion that will be taking place later on in the show. Okay. So, Makeba, I'm hoping that you stick around. Makeba, I'm hoping that you stick around while we discuss matters both locally and international in the sporting world out there.
Okay, I'll stick around.
Okay, a very good evening to you, Mr. Hassan Ariste.
Hi, good evening, Ken.
All right, say good night to all our listeners and followers out there.
Yes, I'd like to say good night to everyone listening, everybody who's watching live. I'd like to say good night to them. I'd like to say good night to our guest, Makeba, doing a very good job representing St. Lucia. I'd like to say good night to our host, the other part of our host team who's out there enjoying himself. Someone told me that it's Labor Day. Not too sure if he's at the activities or if he just called in sick, right? So, like to to have some fun, whatever the case may be. So good night to all.
Okay, thank you, Hassan. Okay, on the local scene, there's one question that I think is on the back of everyone's mind with regards to football in St. Lucia, and that question is, who will be crowned the 2013 Black Hat Tournament champions?
I have a good feeling it's going to be either Grocery or Babylon.
It's going to be either Grizzly or Babylon.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not taking any risks or any chances tonight?
No.
In terms of picking a team? Well, I'm going to go down on record. As a matter of fact, last week I went down on record in saying that Denry was going to win the Black Hat tournament. However, Henry has exited, okay, due to a 2-1 defeat by Rosso, who is now no longer in the competition. Okay, so that was very, very disappointing. However, based on what I've seen so far in the tournament, the Babuno team deserves a lot of credit for what they have accomplished thus far. No one would have ever picked Babuno to make it this far in this stage of the competition. And I think this is due to the back line, the defense that is anchoring the Babuno squad. Okay, and in that regard, I want to mention the name of Babuno's captain, who is Kirby Felix. He is the last defender on the squad, and he has been doing a fantastic job anchoring his defense and motivating his team to success. Okay, so a big shout out to Kirby Felix. Hopefully, sometime in the future, we may invite him as a guest to come on and talk about his experience in the 2015 Black Cup.
Definitely, and Ken, you must agree with me. I know that you that the tournament has been very, very exciting tournament, and we have an exciting finals coming up.
Yes, a very exciting.
So I know that person will be out there. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, very exciting finals coming up this weekend at the Bossage Cricket Grounds. Okay, I know a lot of people will be just like me in throwing in their support to Babuno. However, we have to keep in mind that we are playing on the home soil of the Grizzly team, who will be battling Babuno for the 2015 championship trophy. Okay, so it will be interesting to see the crowd's response to the play that they see this coming Saturday at the BCG.
So, Ken, saying Babuno gonna win?
Yes, I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a risk and throwing my support behind the Babuno squad this weekend.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Do you have something against Mr. United supporters, guys? I think you managed to sabotage me, and your speaker is louder than your end, right? Your speaker is very loud, your end, right?
Yes, it's a bit loud.
Yeah, I realize Arsenal, people who Arsenal, they can't do well.
Okay, I hope the problem has been rectified. However, I am the one in need of aid, because this morning it was kind of hard for me to see any Manchester United fan around the island. So I think I'm the one in need of aid when it comes to seeing these Manchester United fans. You know, it's only one defeat, Manchester United, okay? And if you have what it takes, if you have the heart of a champion, like the Gunners, you can rise up from 17th place and still make it to the top 4. So there's nothing that you should be worrying about at this stage in the competition. Okay, and I know that they are worried, but I think that they should come out from hiding so that I wouldn't have to wear this sort of eyewear anymore.
So you're wearing the eyewear for what? So you can see the Manchester United support, or you could see the amount of trophies that Arsenal has won.
Well, when the season first began, I saw them in large numbers, they were talking louder and making noise and so forth. But right now, after a draw to Chelsea, the chosen one, and after a loss to Liverpool, it seems as though that they have gone into hiding, and I can't make them out.
Yeah, that's after how many games? 3 games, right?
Yeah, I know. I know. It's another start to the season, and we will not be asking any major questions tonight. For example, who will be the EPL English Premier League winner? Okay, but for now, we know that there are many favorites out there to take home the EPL trophy.
Okay, just to let you know, for those listening, can you just bring down yourselves a bit, please?
Bring down the
Your speakers.
okay.
Yes, just have some information just to let know that bail, of course, was unveiled by Madrid. We have Fellaini signing for Manchester United. He actually handed in his request today. Ozil, Arsenal going ahead and signing Ozil. So that's a great deal. So he's Madrid cashing back on some of that money that they spent on signing Gareth Bale. Rumors is that it's over £80,000 that the guys paid for Gareth Bale. So Manchester United finally getting their act on, getting a defensive midfielder. He can actually be attacking midfielder and a play up front, which is a good thing. So that's good for Manchester supporters who at once thought Manchester could not even sign someone from St. Lucia. As that. Manchester for this had only spent £2.4 million before this deal went through. Arsenal, on the other hand, before the Ozil deal, they are not signing anybody. That's actually their first signing, and we heard that Everton, after letting go Lani, they're looking to sign 3 players. Just to let Manchester fans know, Herrera, Manchester missed out on signing him, and there's still a few things going on as we transfer day, and know that certain deals come through the following day. They've been made late, last minute, so we may hear one of the deals going through. Man City still player. We know Tottenham still continuing to buy persons.
Okay, thank you, Hassan, for these interesting updates. Okay. And just released from the NBA website, it is noted that we have 57 more days till the official start to the NBA season, where defending champions, 2-time defending champions, the Miami Heat, will be taking on the rest of the teams in that league. Okay. Also interesting to note was that Mario Chalmers of the Miami Heat visited St. Lucia on the weekend, hosting various tournaments. For example, a 3-point shootout, a dunk competition, and from what I heard, he went on to have a after party at the Gaiety on the Rodney Bay. Okay, this camp was done to boost basketball in St. Lucia, as we do have a league down here. Not professional, but then it's upcoming and will be very exciting. Okay, this league will be starting sometime next year. Another interesting.
I think Bradford.
Hey, good evening, guys. What's up?
Hey, good evening, Brad.
All right, Brad, we have you on. We just want to double confirm that you just go ahead.
Yeah, you hear me clear? Okay, you guys hear me?
Yes, very well.
All right, excellent, excellent. Yeah,
Wonderful.
thanks for having me back on the
Brad,
show, guys.
we just want to know that anytime. We just want to know did you get right into it for the event on the weekend? How did that go?
It was awesome. I think it was one of the best, well, one of the smoothest meets we've run at the Aquatic Center. You know, over the past few weeks, we've been doing a lot of maintenance and getting stuff ready. So I'm glad that the preparations, I think they paid off well. You know, of course, we're always lacking our timers and officials, but we're trying to get more of them on board to move the meets along smoother. You know, but apart from that, everything was a smooth meet. We had 184 swimmers, I believe it was, and you know, it was a fairly competitive meet, I would say, from the lower and higher end. Meet had all events, all the way up from the 400 IM to the 1500 freeze, and you know, we saw a couple of age group records and a national record by Talia Bergas in the 1500 freestyle. So I think the meet was productive. We had teams from Trinidad here, we had a team from St. Vincent here, and you know, they had good showing. Actually, the team from Trinidad took home the 3rd place trophy. 2nd place was the Shark Swim Club, and Racers Swim Club, my club, won it. You know, so it was an exciting weekend. You guys hearing me?
Wonderful. Yes, man.
All right.
Wonderful.
All right.
So Brad, so your club won that, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we won it. It was an exciting weekend. We you know, we've had a long year of swimming. You know, this meet kind of signifies the end of our mesocycle in training, and so now the kids get a week. They can you know, go to the beach or do something else that's active before we start back training next week. You know, so
And
you know, we're all kind of on a high. I think we're gonna celebrate a little bit this weekend before the week starts, but it was good. It was a good meet for us.
wonderful. Brad, we just have a message coming in. It looks like it's your #1 supporter. We have a prize for you if you can mention this, man.
Oh, my #1 supporter. That's a difficult one. I have about 6 in my my #1 supporter. I would have to say Lisa would be probably my #1 supporter, my girlfriend. But
Lisa. So
that's a strong, very close
so you say
to my mother. My father are probably my deepest supporters, and have always been. So
okay.
go ahead.
So you want to make that your final answer?
Well, I've given you like 3 answers already, so.
So which one? We need you to pick one.
If I have to pick one, let me see. I would guess Lisa, because I think she would be the one that you might be in contact with. So I'm gonna take my clues and use Lisa as the final answer.
You're correct,
Oh,
Lisa.
I got it.
Yes, ma. She wanted to let you know that.
Thank you. So where's my prize now?
Oh yes, you could collect it at the studio.
All right. Thank you for that. All right.
Yes, but we would love to extend to you.
Yeah, man. So the meet was good. You know, things were good.
Are you a football fan?
Yeah, I watch a little bit, but really, I've been kind of away from my TV screen a lot, and I haven't been able to go to any of the games. So, no, actually, I was in when I was in Barcelona. We went to see Barcelona versus. Sorry, the team didn't really get a great opportunity with Barcelona. I mean, Barcelona was just all around the place with scoring goals. I think the final score was somewhere in the 6 to 8 nil range. So it was like, you know, more of a beating. But you know, I had a little bit of live football, and I think on that scale was really amazing. That, you know.
Lovely. I think Ken, we just wanna have something to say to you.
Okay, Brad, who is your favorite football team out there? I mean, I know you saw Barcelona.
My favorite?
Yeah.
I like Barca. I have a Costa Rica jersey. I support Costa Rica too.
Who Brad?
Yeah, I would say maybe Barca. If I have to go with EPL, would probably be either Manchester or Arsenal.
No. Wait, hold on 1 second. You cannot choose between Arsenal or Manchester United. It's either or. Because, you know, there's
I
a
know
big
where to get
rivalry
them.
between these two teams right now.
Brad, you chose the right people,
Well,
right?
from
You know what they call
I'm an Arsenal
Manchester?
fan from when Henry was there.
But we the Red
And the
Devils,
team was
right?
strong back then. I haven't been following lately, so I can't tell you.
But you know, Manchester, we're the Red Devils, right?
But Arsenal have the Arsenal, right? Supposedly.
Nah, but we're ready for them. We're ready for them, man.
Mhm.
You see this?
So who are you for?
We're ready for them.
I see a
You
devil
can't
in
tell?
there.
We the Red
Alright.
Devil.
You see the
Yes,
devil in
man.
there.
Well,
Ken, you.
this is the kind of football that Arsenal is playing right now. I hope you can see clearly what's over my head. Because at the end of the day, I think that this team will be the ones crowned #1 in all competitions they enter for this year.
So Ken, you had to tell Brad concerning the black hat.
Okay, well, in St. Lucia right now we have some exciting football taking place. So far, the black hat competition is in full stream, and on Saturday evening we have the finals for that competition where the Giants Grizzly will be taking on Babuno, who is a relatively new team in the competition. As a matter of fact, Grizzly had to work hard to make it into the black hat competition this year by going into a playoff type competition where they were selected to enter the black hat competition. And it seems as though their hard work is paying off since they are finalists and competing for the $15,000 prize that is at stake. Okay, so I'm taking a risk, like I took a risk many years ago to support Arsenal, and I'm going to support the likes of Babulo on Saturday to win the black hat competition. Okay, and updates for that match will be provided by SLU Sports Online, and we will be speaking about that match on Monday evening in our next episode of SLU Sports Night.
And Brad, we'd like to we'd like to invite you to join us at the game. We could definitely give you a pass for 2. You guys could come enjoy the game. We could be at our right where we would be having our live scores going on, the players lounge. So you'd have a really good view. You could move about to the stands if you please. So we'd like to give you a pass for 2. So I guess you could bring someone special with you. But if you bring in someone special, not bring anybody who supports Liverpool. All right? I don't know.
Sure.
Is that a team? Lisa supports? I have no idea. But if it
You know,
is, she has to stay home.
I honestly can't say that I've ever seen her really watch a football match. So I'm not sure who she supports, for sure.
Oh gosh. Why you asking that? Lisa might be telling me she watch football more than me, right? All right, guys. So
she
it was nice. It was nice having you on, Brad. I mean, we look forward to some pictures, etc. of the meet that went on weekend.
Sure.
Yes. So, like, to thank you once again for giving up your time to show up on the show. I would like to thank Makeba as well, and Ken. I'd like to pass it over to you.
Thanks again, guys. Good night.
Okay, good night, Brad. Okay. Very soon, SLU Sports Online will be carrying out various promotions. So we'd like to send those of you out there with the videos to SLU Sports Online trip that thrills. Okay, so any videos that you have out there that you think is exciting enough to be aired online and viewed on PBS, you can send them to slusportsonline@gmail.com. Okay, in this segment, videos will be viewed and we will have viewers voting as to which is the best video or which video thrilled them the most for the night. Okay, and at the end of the month, we will be selecting winners. We will be selecting winners, and there we will have a grand finale for all the past winners for the Trick That Thrills competition. Okay, so once more, I invite those of you with videos of any tricks that you have captured on your mobile phones, on your camcorders, to send these videos into slusportsonline@gmail.com, where they will take part in the Trick That Thrills competition. Okay, once more, these videos will be voted on, and the best videos will be selected at the end of each month to take part in our grand Trick That Thrills competition. Okay. Before we end tonight, I'd like to big up my co-host, Daya, who right now is celebrating Labor Day in New York City. Okay, I know that he'll be partying until tomorrow, so he wouldn't see this shout out until then. Okay. By then, I guess when he has recovered from his celebrations, Manchester United should have won another game. And I say should have because that is expected of them at this stage in the tournament. Okay? Once more, let me thank Makeba Alcide for making an appearance on tonight's show. Very interesting conversation with her. And I would like those of you young viewers out there to take in mind some of the words of encouragement that she shared with us. Okay, she is a proven champion. She is a successful champion with many accolades to her name, as well as records in the various sporting events that she has taken part in. So it would be very wise when listening to the comments or the feedback of a proven champion in this regard. Okay, and I'd also like to thank Brad Worrell for coming in tonight to speak about his the event that he participated in. Hopefully, Brad will be joining us on the weekend when we visit the Black Hat tournament. Okay, so he may be there to give us some feedback as to what he's seeing out there. Okay. Our next show will be aired on Monday evening at 8 o'clock, and I'm hoping by then that Dyer will be on board to join us as we bring to you more exciting news of sports around the island, as well as internationally. Okay, and of course, we will be bringing in another guest. Okay, another exciting guest, a very special guest to speak to you viewers out there about the various sporting events that they participate in. Okay. Once more, we want to thank Hassan for taking part in tonight's discussion. Very interesting input from a Manchester United supporter. Okay. He has always expressed his optimism in seeing Manchester United make it through. Okay. I'm hoping that Makeba is taking the year off to look at other sporting events and to support teams that actually matter, like the Gunners from North London. Okay, and in our next episode, we will have crowned another Black Hat champion. Will it be Rosalie? Will it be Babuno? I say Babuno, but you never know when it comes to football. Okay, so right about now, I may just put on my hat and take a walk down to the beach where I can relax and await this weekend's sporting event. Okay, it's lovely weather out there in St. Lucia, beautiful sunshine, intermittent showers. However, this does not spoil the feel-good season that we have down here. Okay. Hassan, do you have any closing remarks that you would like to leave with our viewers?
I would like to let our viewers know we have on our website, Sports Online. The website will be launching a section where you send in your articles. We'll also we also have a membership section. Settings will be limited to members, so you could go ahead and sign on as a member. I would like the persons of us, as you mentioned, to send in the videos, send in your videos to sportsonline@gmail.com. And next week's show, we know it's going to be awesome. We know there's going to be a lot of celebration, and you know what it is that we ensure that when it comes to us, we love bringing the guests, and they're gonna speak from their heart, and that's something that we love. So you put on your hat, I have mine. We're gonna end next show. So from us, again, we'd like to just wish everyone good night. Good night.